Okay, Matthew back. I went through, took our addendum sheet, and went through the instruction sheet, marked all the corresponding numbers, got that all straightened out. They had the starter on the wrong side of the engine, little things like that, so we're all ready. So what we're going to do now is start with the first 1A here. We'll have quite a bit of work just to do on this first section. That'll take us quite a while right there, because we're going to redo some parts, make some parts. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these few parts off here just to get them off. I have my overhead light turned off, so it should look better for you, but it's darker for me. Should get rid of the glare and maybe make it brighter for you. So I'm just going to snip these parts off. I'm not going to show cleaning them up. We just need a couple parts here to get started with. There was only one drive shaft we needed. It showed down here at the bottom there's a whole list of extra parts that's not going to be used. There's probably a lot of those hubcaps and mirrors and all that junk. Here's some parts we're going to work on quite extensively. Are these little parts here. So they'll take quite a bit of work, those. It took me a while to find these little fellows. I didn't think they were in there. But they're there. You see I'm just cutting everything a little bigger, and then I'll go back and clean them up. So those are there. And then get this thing. I always forget this stupid thing and try and put it in after the fact, so I'll make sure I get that this time. So that should be everything we need for that first little section. So I'll get some parts cleaned up and then we will come back. Okay, so we got these few little parts cleaned up, and get this all the way here before it confuses you. So I'll use my extra thin quick setting cement. This is my favorite. Put the cross member in here real quick, turn it around. Got the frame cleaned up. I absolutely hate cleaning up frames on any vehicle. It is like the worst part for me is cleaning up frames. Takes forever. Just don't like it. I might get some glue. Get some glue on there. Alright, I'm gonna clean that up. Some glue in here. That. A little bit down here, just for the heck of it. Then on the instructions, I found another error. The motor mounts here shows it going into this upper hole, which is actually the shock mount hole. When I was trying to test fit it, they just wouldn't go between this hole and that hole. It's all messed up. So then when I look down to the next step, it shows it in the correct orientation, which is the two lower holes. So that's where we will stick them, and there is a right and left, and of course I cut them both off, so now you just have to test them to find out which one goes to which hole. And I may have gotten lucky and just found them right off the bat. Or not. Well, it can't be that great. My camera used to be like really good, but after I got this new computer, now it's not looking as clear for some reason. What's going on? There we go. Now we got him in. Put a little drop of glue on those. Get them pressed in place. And they'll be there forever and a day. Okay. So those are there. The stream box I have not painted. I'll put that on after I paint that and paint the frame. We just got it cleaned up. I made some spring. I made some shock. Just out some pipe. One fits over the other one. So what we're going to do now is take these arms I said we had to do a lot of work on. I've cleaned them up best I could so far. Then what we'll do on our next step, and I don't know why this thing's not staying clear with me here, is we're going to cut this. This is a locating pin. We don't need that because we have these locators here, and they are kind of bent. See, this one's bent. They will locate themselves when they go into place. Plus we have pictures, hopefully. Worked on the last one. So I'm gonna cut this pin here off, and everybody just went, oh no. I'm gonna cut this spring off. I'm gonna cut this one off. And we'll cut this one off. And then we will clean all that up. And clean this up. And we're going to drill a hole in there. It goes down in, my pointer here. It'll go down in about so far into where this nut is. That will accept the bottom part of the shock. And then the top part of the shock will stick up, go flush to where the shock hole is. We'll probably paint maybe this top part here, or leave it silver, but probably paint it. Then we'll go ahead and put our spring, and put it over that. And then once that's glued in place, because this piece here will be the exact height of all that, so it won't move up and down. So that will orient the exact height of what we need. Because I left enough to come down about halfway through this, and up to the level of the top here. So that will orient the height we need, which will still set the truck at the height we need. Because now it's kind of, you know, free floating in there. So that's a good way to lower it if you want to. You can see where the pin would have went in to the hole, which is no longer needed on the frame. So I'll get that cleaned up. We'll get shocks ready. We'll get these painted because they'll be a different color probably than the frame. Now to have those cut off, I can do a little bit more cleaning in here, one more cleaning there, and then we will come back. Okay, so now these are cleaned up. Look pretty nice. I use my seam scraper here, which has a nice sharp point to make a starter point, which you cannot see, but I have one there. I'll use a smaller bit here, which I cannot see now because I don't have any magnifiers on because I'm using it for a light. So I put these on real fast. Thought I was ready, but I guess I'm not. Now I'm not going to be able to get close enough, I'm afraid. So we'll go down here. Trying to keep it where you can see and where I can see. I have my little handy drill bit. Pull the trigger once and it'll be clear through into my finger before I can let it off. Trust me, I've done that quite a few times. Smarch just a little bit. Trying to follow the angle of what this would have been. I'm just trying to guess the depth of what I drilled the other one at. So you can see the hole we got. Now I'm going to make it bigger for the pipe to fit into. What's that? Big pipe. Big pipe. Big pipe. Here we go. This is all the way to the bottom once. I'll check it, make sure fits. And it does not fit. Too small. We'll do this one here. And we'll move up one size. Come on. And we'll go another size. Keep going till we get it. I think that's it. There's some things right. Ah, come on. All thumbs. That's not it. And dang it. Yes, I sit and talk to myself a lot. See that of the fish and they don't talk back. Ah! Success. Alright, there we can see we have the shock installed. Now I'll do the other one. We can slide the top on. There we go. Get the top of it on. Looks much better than it did before. Then get the spring down over it. And we will have it. Alright, that one quit.